I'm doing my podcast on Scrabble, Twist and Turn. I was originally going to do it on the board game Scrabble, the original one, and I figured every family has played that and every kid knows about it, so I figured it'd be a good topic. And then when I was decided to do some research on it and get some background information, I came across this new game, Scrabble, Twist and Turn. I went online and I was trying to compare both games and see why they're making a new version and really what was different about them. And I started calling around stores and trying to figure out like if I could go and buy the game so I could play it a couple times and get used to it. And when I was calling them, they were saying that they've never heard of it or they didn't have it in stock. And I went back on the computer to look them up, and it was said that online they were only sold in the UK in stores. But I could buy it on Amazon. It would just take 5 days to ship, and I didn't have that time. So I still wanted to take a look at this game and see maybe if it was worth it to bring it into the US. So I decided to make the chips using cardboard, and I went online and I found how to cut them out, like the exact dimensions and how many you need to cut out. And I even cut out the new wild cards that are introduced to the game, and which I'll later talk about. And I even got a can that replicates about the same size of what the game would come in. And as you can see, there's no board, so you can play it on any surface, desk, counter, basically anything. And I know that all kids my age, 18 to 22, like playing word games. It's just something that's natural to people, and like the game Words with Friends that was just brought up like a few months ago, it went viral for a little while. I figured that people our age would possibly like to play it. Alright, now I'm going to briefly describe some of the mechanics of the game. The genre is a word game, of course, and as you can see the packaging, it's a small little canister about the same size that the original one would be in, and it's easily compacted. You can put it in a suitcase, a backpack, take it on a trip, whatever. I know we're going on a camping trip this summer, and I mean we're gonna bring it. We've been playing this recently, and it's a lot of fun. The title, which I've said multiple times, is Scrabble, Twist and Turn, and that's unique to this game because actually, as you play it, the words twist and turn. And I think the title is one of the most unique features of the game because of the fact that you aren't setting your tiles on a flat specific game board. So yeah, with this game, you're actually building words. You're not restricted to the board and what words it will allow you to make or put on the board. And I think that's a really cool feature. And I mean, for example, say you had like a 6-letter word, 5-letter, whatever you can make. There's no limit or restrictions. It's just, I think it's a lot better. It's a lot more fun. One other cool feature that I really like about this game is that you could lay down words forward or backwards. And in the other one, you didn't have that option. So this one actually like expands it a little bit more. For example, like right here, I needed this B at the end of my word. I could actually lay it down backwards and still play that word. And in the other game, you didn't have that option. So it makes it a little more flexible, a little more fun. And it was a good aspect that they added to this game. Now I'm gonna describe the rules and mechanics. And since I was focusing on an audience of ages 18 to 22, I have two of my friends here, Eric and Sam, and they're gonna play it, and then I'll ask them some questions, see if they like it better than the old original one. And the rules are real simple. There's 106 pieces, and when you have them, with two people just playing, it's gonna be 53 each. There's 4 new chips, and they're the wild cards. There's one that changes direction, one that the player misses the turn, one that the other player gives the other person 3 chips, and one that gives 2 more chips. And how you do it is, say you have a word, you play a word down, and then you would add the wild card chip onto the end. Also, you only have 7 chips up at a time, just like the old one. And then once you play it, you flip 3 more over if you use 3 chips or whatever. Also, when you play a word, you can play a word forward or backward, like I was saying earlier, and you can add on to it from any direction. And that's really about it for the rules. It's very simple and easy to learn. How we're going to decide who goes first. Eric, the person with the name closest to A, which would be Eric, he's going to go first. So he's going to sit down a word.
You're gonna want to get a close-up of this one.
And see how it's twisting and turning like the name of the game.
The word is trail.
I will play off this word. What am I doing? Sorry. Forgot to spell. And there we go. Give.
So see how he can just put that in there and play it. They all twist and turn and kind of intermingle with each other. And it's the first one to get rid of their chips, so I'll let them play it through and then we'll come back after they finish their game. Game's winding down to the end. Sam's about to play it's his turn. He's about to put down his last word. So
My word is going to be tile at the end. And I'm going to use the change direction cards, meaning I go again. And then voila. Fun right there. Eric loses. Game over. Pow.
I'm gonna ask him a couple questions, whether or not they like the game, just about the game. And how long did it take you guys to play?
25 tops. Yeah, tops.
Alright, and about how long does it usually take to play the normal Scrabble game?
Usually an hour.
Yeah, I never need to finish so long, to be honest.
It's hard for Sam to make it work.
Well, which game would you prefer to play, honestly?
Hands down, this one. The new, I like the new pieces, the real game changers. Honestly, because I won because of it. So that was cool.
Yeah, the X factor for me was like I don't have to have a board. You know, there's no restraints. I'm more of a free player, so I can twist and turn all over the desk.
Yeah, and the game went real fast, so that was good. And you weren't sitting there for like an hour and a half playing with your grandparents, and not finishing games, whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
sucks.
I love my grandma, but
And so you definitely think it was better than the old one?
Oh yeah.
hands down, for
More
sure.
open-ended.
No joke,
Whenever you
yeah.
thought of where you could just put it down. You weren't restricted exactly. I mean, I like playing it, and
Yeah, it's
I got
twisted.
another two people that played, and they liked it. So after I just had my two friends in here interviewed, I'm absolutely convinced that it should be brought over to the U.S. I seriously do think that if it is brought over here for that age group, that it catch on. I mean, it's fun, it's easy, it's compact. The title is catchy. I mean, it flows. It's what the game is. It can be turned into a drinking game, like kids that age sitting around, just messing around. Bring it out, whatever. I mean, it's just a fun game. I've played it a numerous amount of times. The other day when I was playing with my friends, I actually had this envision that I was playing it at Cracker Barrel, and it just reminded me of playing checkers. Like when you're sitting there waiting for your food, it's a game that would be quick. You can play with your friends when you go with your parents to get dinner, lunch, whatever, and it's something that goes by quick. And I could see this repaving that and bringing out a new game for restaurants or whatever to have you be entertained with. And a vast majority of teenagers don't want to sit there and play a board game that lasts 3 hours. It's fast, it's captivating, and it's fun.